Hey, Michael A. Grimm here. I heard some news recently. I heard that coming up next month, YouTube decided to delete all the videos on YouTube because they're not making any money. They have decided to find YouTubers who makes videos for fun and not for money and have them all deleted. Now, lucky for those who makes money off of their videos, I make mine for fun. And it's pretty sad that this has to happen. I mean, I just wanted to show off my talent and do what I love doing. So, something I think you guys should know. Now, this is just a rumor, but I'm sure that a lot of YouTubers, including yours truly, may want to fight back and also protest against YouTube for deleting all our videos and all of our hard work we've done for YouTube. I mean, heck, most of the other YouTubers, they got rich by signing in the Patreon. I didn't because I just want to have fun making my shows. I don't want to get paid. But anyway, let's just hope that this is a rumor. But if it does happen, I just want to know that this new review I'm going to do, folks, will be my last hurrah. So thank you for watching. And today, I'm going to be reviewing Starship Troopers. So, enjoy. All good. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the multi-voice reviewer. I have many voices, but one opinion. And today, according to my Doctor Who watch over here, look like it's time for me to do another sci-fi review. Now, this is going to be like any other sci-fi review I'm going to do here, folks. And as you can see, this is a brand new look for my Doctor. A little bit of update on my Doctor Who. I decided for my Doctor to wear a blue suede trench coat instead of the usual black trench coat because I was getting tired of wearing black, and I think my Doctor should wear something else instead of just a black trench coat. So I thought it's better if my Doctor wears a blue suede trench coat instead of a black one. And I gotta say, I always look good in blue. Anyway, the sci-fi review I'm going to do for you folks is the one I think some of you probably remember back in 1997. And what I'm going to be reviewing for you is none other than Starship Troopers. At least I got this one on DVD. I got it from a video store before it went out of business. Just like, it was a small rental store. It used to be a small rental store in my town until Redbox and Netflix got put the rental store out of business, and also it took Blockbuster Buster out of business too. Crying shame. I did like Blockbuster. Anyway, a little history here. Now, I watched the movie itself. Now, what do you have here is John Rico here. He joins the military. Now, this is supposed to take place in the future. It's supposed to take place in the future while we are at war with these giant insect aliens who calls themselves the arachnids. Now, the arachnids are these bloodthirsty, horrible, flesh-eating giant bug aliens who always keep shooting meteors to our planet. So it's up to us to battle them. And yeah, I know. And I know the movie itself is a satire. It's made to be a satire to all these futuristic war movies. Heck, I even remember its slogan. All right, you apes, you want to live forever? Kill them all! See you on the bounce. Now, Rico, he joined the military is because he had a huge crush on Carmen by Denise Richards. He has a huge crush on her, and he's also friends with Neil Patrick Harris, played by Carl. Carl, played by Neil Patrick Harris. And of course, Neil Patrick Harris is psychic, so he can read minds and control animals. And of course, this girl named Diaz, played by Diane Myers, she has a huge crush on him, but his heart lies to Carmen. But Carmen, she took the position as flight commander. That means she pilots the ships going through space and everything. While Rico, he took infantry, and so did Diaz. Desi Flores. That's her name, Desi Flores. And also Carl. Carl. Walking Dead. Carl. Always sounds like he's gonna barf. Carl. Anyway, Carl, he took military intelligence, so they're more like the thinkers and such. And of course, throughout the whole movie, he meets this guy named Ace, who's pretty much a. At first, he starts out as a jerk, but throughout the whole movie, he starts respecting him, respecting Rico as. He starts respecting him as a soldier, so therefore he becomes his buddy. And even though he had a message from Carmen told him that she has to let him go because she's thinking about her career as a flight military pilot. Of course, there's a low blow, if you ask me. Definitely a low blow. And a little known fact, the director who directed this movie, he did RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instincts, and Showgirls? What the heck was he thinking when he made that movie? Shut up. Oh, and bear in mind, this movie has some nudity in the movie, so I recommend not letting your kids watch it, so don't blame me. There, I said it. Anyway, the actor who plays Rico, he's played by Casper Van Dien. Anyway, he did a pretty good job playing the character John Rico. And of course, he'd gone through his military training until that one accident where he removed one of the troops' helmet, and when the laser hits that one girl, she fired her gun, hit one of the recruits right in the head. Sadly, the girl, she was discharged and she left, but for Rico, he gets 10 whips as punishment. And also, and he also was taught by Michael Ironside, who is played by one-arm former military Lieutenant Rocket. I can't pronounce his last name, but Michael Ironside. He was his teacher, who teaches him about military ways and such. And therefore, it made Rico wanted to join the military. And it's all because Carmen wanted to join the military too. But his parents, on the other hand, they were very upset with him for letting him join the military. They wanted him to go to Harvard and also take a vacation in Buenos Aires. But sadly, one of the meteorites from the bugs hit Buenos Aires, and both of his parents were murdered. So therefore, he got really mad, got back in the military, and took a couple of battles. Lost a couple of his troops, some of his friends, and then he met the lieutenant himself. And the lieutenant told him, "If I was wounded in battle or taken by the insects, promise me you kill me before they finish me off." Anyway, during the first battle, Rico got injured by getting stabbed in the leg by one of the bugs, and they announced that he was killed in action, even though he's not really killed. He's just hospitalized, getting that leg of his fixed. 1 out of a million battle scars, you know? Now, they went to this one military base where it turned out that all the troops were all slaughtered one by one, and they also discovered something really creepy. There was one troop with one big hole in his head. It looks like his brain was drained by something. And of course, sadly, Desi, she always had a huge crush on Rico ever since the beginning. And even though he really likes her, Rico likes Carmen. But when Carmen said that she decided to accept her career as military pilot, well, she became a rebound to him. And of course, when they were taking R&R, shore leave, I think it's shore leave or just R&R. Well, they decided to kiss and about to make love, but it doesn't show any sex scenes, just nudity, so don't worry. And the lieutenant interrupted them and saying, "The general called. We need you here. 10 minutes." And who is that with you? And when Desi removed the cover and said, "Me, sir," and he said, 20 minutes. And of course, Clancy Brown, he's in it as the drill instructor. And he wanted to get into battle, but they say the only way he can do that is he can demote himself. So he had to stay. And of course, when Diaz finally hit a grenade to one of the giant bugs and it exploded, she was like, "Yeah, got it!" And then all of a sudden got impaled by one of the bugs. So she died in battle. And when Rico held on to her and said, hang on, you're gonna make it. Just hang on." And she said, "The only way, at least I have a chance to be with you." And then she dies. It's too bad, because I like the actress. I think she's a lot better than Denise Richards. You know, she would have been a lot better being with somebody else than with Charlie Sheen. Because everybody remember his, "I've been banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll. I'm winning. I have 1 gear. Go, epic winning. I am a total freaking rock star from Mars. If you borrow my brain, you'll be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this buzzard." I like doing Charlie Sheen. It's how I make fun of him. I always like making fun of him. "I've been taking 7 gram rocks. Rocks. That's how I roll. I'm here for a rehab because I took those rocks. Man, I need to stop hanging out with porn stars and prostitutes. That's how I roll." Ah, gee. But anyway, turns out that Neil Patrick Harris showed up dressing up like a Nazi. Oh yeah, that's one thing I started to notice. Both the movie and the book, there are a lot of hints of fascism involved. But of course, when I see Neil Patrick Harris showing up in his Nazi uniform, I'm like, Hal Heiser! And they think I'm being too... I mean, it's like how some people say, some people think I'm very patriotic. Even though I have my heart on certain foreign stuff or interesting things, I'm neither a communist nor a fascist. I am very patriotic, and one thing you should know about me is I'm an equalist. What? You don't know what an equalist is? Let me tell you. An equalist is somebody who likes to treat everybody equal. Everybody should be treated equally. I don't care if you are gay or don't care if you're gay or bi or black or white or Asian or Muslim or Jewish. I don't care. I judge people for who they are and not what they are. And that makes me an equalist. And if you think I'm not, well, and some people think I shouldn't be like that, well, tough cheese. Actually, come to think of it, this cheese is tough. I mean, look at it. I can't bend it. I guess I better turn it to grilled cheese. At least I can bend it better when it's fried. But anyway, they finally got the brain bug. And of course, Carmen and her friend named Zucker, they both were trapped by the brain-sucking bug, and it brained Zucker's head. But Carmen fought by cutting off the brain-sucking probe that the brain sucker had. Rico figured out it was Carl who telepathically told him that Carmen is alive, and he needs to go that way. And now they have the brain bug, and of course, as you can see, the sergeant is now demoted as private, and he got the brain bug. How about that? Now, believe it or not, the movie was based by book of Starship Troopers. And it's way different than the movie. It was written back in the 50s, and it was written by Robert E. Heinlein, one of the most famous sci-fi writers. A lot better than L. Ron Hubbard. What a weirdo. Anyway, but the biggest difference between the movie and the book is this. You see, in the book, Rico didn't have a crush on Carmen. Carmen was in the story, but in the book, she's a girl who is going for her position being the pilot, and she kept her status as single. She didn't want to fall in love with anybody at all. And of course, Carl in the book, Carl is not a sidekick in the book. He's just a very highly intelligent kid. And of course, the book itself was more of a bromance than a romance. It was a bromance between John Rico and Carl. And of course, spoiler alert, Carl died at the end of the book. And also, Desi, on the other hand, she never met Rico because Desi was a guy, not a girl. And she was one of the red shirt characters. What? You haven't heard of a red shirt? Alright, then I'll explain to you. For those of you who haven't watched Star Trek, red shirt officers are one of those characters who are the cannon fodders of the series. I mean, if you ever watch Star Trek, you're going to see a character with a red shirt who are just there. Not exactly an important character, doesn't have much of a background. And then when danger happens, the red shirt character always gets killed in the episode of Star Trek. And of course, here's the formula. Whenever there's a red shirt officer who gets killed on Star Trek, the next episode there's going to be another red shirt officer who's going to take his place. So pretty much the red shirt character is more like the Kenny of the franchise. For you South Park fans. Oh my gosh! They killed Kenny! You bastard! Oh, sorry for cussing, but who cares? Anyway, but Desi, on the other hand, Desi is a guy, Desi Flores is a guy in the book, and also one of the red shirt characters, and never met Rico or the others. So pretty much Desi was just a red shirt character who just got killed in battle. And also the lieutenant and the lieutenant who's a teacher, well actually he was combined with another character who goes by the name of John Depedu. I think I got it right. He was a one-armed teacher who teaches all the stuff that the lieutenant did in the movie. But the lieutenant himself, he was killed in action just like in the movie, and he was the leader of the Roughnecks. One of the most toughest and strongest members of the group. And also, in Buenos Aires, in the movie, Rico's family gets killed. But in the book, only his mom died. And the father, who was disappointed of his son joining the troops, well, he joined. He survived and he joined, and they have like a father and son military relationship going on in the book. And that's that. That's the biggest difference between the book and the movie. Oh, and another thing about the book, as you can see from the cover here, this is where the uniforms look like. Unlike the military look from the movie, it turns out that the uniforms they're wearing are strength enhancer armor. So it makes them stronger and it makes them jump higher, makes them flip around. And they also have jetpacks on them so they can fly around. You know, that kind of reminds me of a certain character I once knew. Actually, it kind of makes me think of this one video game, Halo. Hey, Master Chief! Did your game was based... did some of the inspiration for Halo they took from Battleship Troopers? Starship Troopers?
Yes, that is true. They got the idea of the armor and the jetpacks from Starship Troopers, which that's pretty much true. Oh, a little known hint. Did you know that there's only 4 Starship Troopers video games they made? And they're all PC. Believe it or not. It's just too bad that multi-voice reviewer didn't think about that when he was printing out his franchise.
Oh, come on. You know that's not true. I didn't have enough time to think about the video game. I just thought about the whole series from the movies and the TV shows.
Yeah, well, that's no excuse to me. Besides, you never even play Halo.
How many times do I told you I cannot afford an Xbox? Besides, I'm always more of a PlayStation guy than an Xbox guy. If I can afford an Xbox, I'll probably give Halo a chance. But right now, I'm just happy with my PlayStation stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why you were able. That's why when you had that PS3, you wouldn't even stop playing Mass Effect Trilogy. You want to be more like Commander Shepard than me. Anyway, this is Master Chief signing off. PlayStation-loving son of a...
You watch your language! Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes Master Chief is still peeved that I don't play any games on Xbox. Because I'm just more loyal to PlayStation, and I cannot buy 2 game systems. I'm not that rich. I can only afford a PlayStation. I can't afford an Xbox. But here's another thing on the book that they keep forgetting. Now, here are these other aliens involved that are not in the movie, and I think they should have. And here are these aliens. The Skinnies. Now, these aliens are very friendly aliens because they're the ones who encountered the arachnids before we did. And when they knew that they ended up in our territory, the skinnies decided to help us by sharing some of their technology and weapons to battle against the arachnids. And of course, one thing about them is they're in these spacesuits because they cannot breathe, and they cannot breathe in our oxygen. They can only breathe in a certain chemical that we cannot inhale. So they're stuck to their suits. Kind of makes me think of the Quarian. Kind of makes me think of the Aquarian from Mass Effect.
Here he goes again!
Oh, shut up! Anyway, ever since Starship Troopers, both the movie and the book, got so popular, there were tons of different franchises it came along with it. Like, for instance, believe it or not, the Japanese were so interested in the Starship Troopers that they decided to make an animated series of Starship Troopers. Now, I haven't seen the animated series yet, but I'm sure that they're going to be more faithful to the book than the movie. But I'm sure it's really entertaining nonetheless because the Japanese always have interesting ways of designing things that are better than ours. And of course, there was also a CGI animated series called The Roughnecks. Now, sadly, the show only lasted for like one season, but if you ever want to see an animated series of Starship Troopers, check out The Roughnecks. And then years later, they decided to finally make a sequel, which it wasn't all that good. They made Starship Troopers 2. But one problem about the movie, they said that it was being more like The Thing and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because now they have these brand new small little arachnids. They can get inside your mouth and control you, become like some kind of alien zombie. How nice. And of course, they wanted to forget the second movie when they made the third movie. And they brought back Rico, his character, in this third adaptation sequel of Starship Troopers. And then after the third movie, they decided to make CG straight-to-video movies. They made Starship Troopers Invasion, and also Starship Troopers Traitor of Mars. And of course, this here is Rico. It's voiced by the same actor. And this girl, it's Desi. He keeps hallucinating her. He keeps hallucinating about her because he missed her so much. Because she died in battle and all. And that is my review of Starship Troopers for today. And if you ask me, it has quite a franchise going. And one thing I had to say, the CGI animation still makes me think of Halo. I don't know, maybe I'll probably review Halo, but I think I might need a little help from somebody who played Halo and give me some pointers on the game because I never played them. So who knows? But to me, the movie itself is really good, and I'll probably listen to the audiobook about it. Well, this is the multi-voice doctor, also known as Michael A. Grimm, aka Multi-Voice Reviewer. For those of you who likes my review of Starship Troopers, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe for more videos. And for those of you die-hard Starship Troopers, see you on the bounce.